Walking to Black Love Matters. With that service, I'm rusty as fuck.
What'd you say? First day back and can't get right. Come on, what we doing? look, y'all give us grace. What we doing?
Walking to Black Love Matters with their service therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and find our inner Brock and Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce, or this one, child. It's so many people to catch on. Should I be shady or not shady?
Both.
I can't be both, so non-shady. Shout out to Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill. They're recently engaged.
Okay.
First of all, shout out to Cynthia Bailey, who stayed with a fine man on her shoulder, a fine employed man. She started off with Leon, who is still fine. Then old Peter, old Jamaican salt and pepper, skin like butter, curry oxtail self. What was that? I say that because what was that dish he used to have at his restaurant? Shout out to people who used to watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Remember he used to have that diner?
I don't know.
And he used to have like oxtail stew or something like that. And whenever we go scenes to there, all he'd be saying is my oxtail stew or my curry stew is the best. And I'm like, Peter, we get it. You're Jamaican.
No, and he hustling.
We get it, Peter. We get that your specialty is this soup. We get it that there is oxtails, there is curry, there is jerk. We all black. We like it. You don't remember that? Mm-hmm. And then now transition to Mr. Mike Hill. I think he's in like the sports. So I think he's like a media consultant. Actually, it don't matter because Cynthia don't believe in getting no man who don't got a job and be able to take care of himself. The other is shout out to Antoine Fuqua, Leela Rashad, and what's that other lady name? I forgot. Dang, I forgot her name. I'm trying not to be disrespectful. And it still come out wrong. Murphy. What is her name, Niram? Why is Niram silent on here?
Because I don't know who the hell you talking about.
You do know who I'm talking about. Eddie Murphy ex-wife.
Oh.
You do know. Nicole Murphy. That's a love triangle too. Don't worry, we're going to talk about that, y'all. I got many thoughts and opinions. Should I add Lisa Ray to that too?
And Lisa Ray, where'd this come from?
We'll talk about it. Jesus. I'm sure everybody know about it, but I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Anyway, never mind. I'm going to ask you what you thought. Who is you?
I'm Neil.
And I'm Naomi.
And this is episode 269, y'all.
Hey, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I don't want to consider this a shout out Friday. This is just us coming back, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. We almost didn't make it this week.
Shut up. This was the plan to come up this Friday. Nero talking about let's start fresh on Monday. I was like, Nero, we said we would come back this Friday.
But the thing is, like, and we'll talk about this, but like, yeah, you was gone, but you didn't have a vacation though.
No,
like,
I went on vacation, y'all. Like, this wasn't a rest. Yeah, I was working.
Yeah.
Like Diddy. You know that song he used to have? I think it was on, what was that album where he's all in white and gold? And he was like, bitch, I'm working.
Oh,
or like somebody was
asking
him.
Don't bother me, I'm working.
Not just that, but it was like an intro where his assistant said something. He was like, bitch, don't you see I'm on the phone? That's how I feel like folks been doing me all week since I done got back to California. I'll be doing some work. I'm like, bitch, don't you see I'm at this phone working?
Oh, you talking about don't bother me, I'm working.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Is that the intro?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. You're right. This wasn't a vacation. This was more work and kind of the inconveniences around it. Blessings, though. Shout out, y'all. Mm-hmm. Bless. But it was a heavy week. Did I already say who was you?
Niram, Naomi, episode 269. Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star
rusty,
rating review.
Honey. This is us. What's
on
next?
Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher.
We
and
need
follow us on all
producer.
forms of social media. Black Love Matters. That's Black with no K.
Oh, I was getting talking about. I know it ain't shout. It's Niram was talking about. Should I do a shout out Friday? I said, nigga, you ain't did nothing to get a shout out.
So what?
You talking about a shout out Friday? I said, Niram, you ain't worked for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. How you gonna talk about I'm gonna do a quick shout out?
Hey.
For what?
Because
people just supposed to be writing reviews and you.
Yeah, shit. We got 268 episodes. Y'all niggas listen to all those? I can't believe all y'all niggas didn't listen to every 268 episode.
Oh my goodness. Is it my check-in?
Yeah.
Lord.
I was trying to find that Diddy song.
It's on, you got it? Or you need help, Nirams?
Oh, I found it. It's on, Money Making Mitch.
What?
That's what it was called.
That's the name of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
I also like this. There's not a second left. You know that tomorrow I'm hustling like there's only one more second left.
One more second.
This was me and Niram last week.
Don't bother me, I'm working.
This is my song.
That was the shit.
Don't bother me.
That was the shit. No, it was hot shit.
This was us this last 2 weeks.
Just working.
Don't bother me, I'm working.
I want to hear him with that beat drop.
He be hitting real good too.
I'm working.
Come on, clap. Come on, church, clap.
Don't working.
Can't you see I'm on the phone, bitch? Don't be coming over here with that shit when I'm
working.
Pause. Whatever they say. Bitch, don't you see I'm on the phone?
Don't you see I'm on the fucking phone?
Don't come over that bullshit. I don't care what you eat for lunch, Linda.
Can't you see I'm on the phone? I'm working.
Linda, turkey.
No, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
So that's why I definitely feel like the last 2 weeks
Yeah.
was heavy, deep working. That is good. What was the name of it? Folks want to go look it up now.
It's called Working, and it's on Money Making Mitch.
M-I-T-C-H.
Yeah, like Money Making Mitch.
It's not bitch.
No, Money Making Mitch.
Oh,
so it's like
MMM.
yeah, so it's MMM.
That's what I said. It's the cover where it's like the all white and gold.
Yeah.
I don't know why that didn't get that. Actually, CD was good because it was the one that be like
Yeah.
What's that called? Finna Get Loose. Finna Get Loose.
Yeah, Finna Get Loose.
Finna Get Loose was a bop.
It was.
I just think I was old. Do you got that? Can you play that to get me in the mood a little bit? With Pharrell? Finna Get Loose. Hey, I don't know. And it had like a whole dance breakdown in it.
Mm-hmm.
That was some classic, like late 90s, early 2000 Diddy. And y'all kids weren't here for it at all.
It sure was.
Do you remember now?
Yeah.
And the video was good. It be like, come here, girl. Hey, what your name is? And then here go Pharrell talking. He from Virginia. He talking that Virginia shit. I don't know what y'all Virginia slang is, but y'all got a slang. Pharrell and Diddy serving it. Here go. Talking
somebody
shit.
doing something better than me and they in pocket. They gonna be right where they need to be.
You can right where you need to be.
You know
Diddy always be talking shit.
He a good shit talker.
I'm the one they forgot about.
Come on.
You know what that's rattling? Pocket change.
Pocket change.
I need some help reminding these motherfuckers. Boy, help me.
Hey. I'm bringing that back as a song in the summer.
That is
y'all got hot girl summer, but this mine. This is much more my age range.
It's God's work, man.
This was a hot little bob. They did.
Hey, come on, let that beat drop. Let me building it up.
I know,
so
right?
This is when you got to start like do two-stepping in your chair.
Right.
And you just start moving your shoulders.
Yeah, this little shoulder lean.
And you try to decide if you're going to get up.
Yeah.
Like, am I going to get up?
Am I going to do this or
am
what?
Am I going to mess up my dance in
right.
good clothes?
You gonna let this breathe?
Because that's what he said. He's letting it breathe. Give your ass a whole minute. A whole 1 minute in it.
And then here comes Pharrell talking that Virginia.
A nigga finna get loose.
Hey.
A nigga finna get loose.
You would read this back.
Yeah. Where you
There
from?
you go.
Where that at? Where you at?
What he say? Where that at? He said, where you from? Where that at? Nigga finna get loose. And finna, F-I-N-N-A. If y'all want to listen to that on your way to work, it's finna get loose. I don't think there's no other songs called that.
No.
So you can just type that in.
Yes.
But that CD wasn't horrible.
No.
And we didn't give, including myself, like I remember listening to it a few times, like I really like it, but I fell to the peer pressure and didn't continue to play it.
Even though this was the shit.
Are we bringing it back?
You know.
Is this the name of the episode?
Finna get loose.
Keep your distance.
Keep your distance, nigga.
Just hear it. It bop.
It was a nice little bop.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Why y'all?
Yeah, y'all did.
Y'all let that whole summer go by and like not
that
get
should have
loose.
been it. That should have been the song. I mean, also when Missy came out with her song too.
Which one?
I don't know. This is me. I don't know. What's it called? Like Lamb. If you just type in Missy, it's her latest song, and it was hot too. And we so slept on it. And I was like, damn. Like, you know that I'm older. You know, you go back and listen to shit, and you just be like, what in the world? I'm gonna have to find it. It's like one of her latest thing. Oh, I'm Better.
Is that?
Yeah, go ahead and hit that one. That's hot too. That was it.
That was a little, yeah.
And we
They had
slept
Lil
on
Kim and
that.
Trina on it, yeah.
Like what? Y'all remember this? Remix.
I'ma start it from the bottom.
What? Oh yeah,
How to flip a dollar.
that was shit.
I got food in my diner.
I got food in my mouth.
I'm better. It's another day, another chance.
Yeah,
I mean, the beat eventually drops. But another song that we didn't pay dust.
it's like old school.
You cannot beat me, no never.
What?
Got to explain what I'm
We just giving y'all all the
That's like old school.
the summer sleepers.
That's old school motivational rap.
What you,
Nigga, see, I got food in my kitchen. Nigga, I'm better.
Because
Because
it would
some
always.
days you ain't got that food in that
But
kitchen.
God, now I'm reversing it. But God, I didn't know where the next meal was coming from, when my bills was going to be paid. But God,
But then them bitches
thinking
came.
of talking about the Lord, why didn't y'all tell me I had to go see Amazing Grace immediately with Aretha Franklin? You know, I wanted to see it, but they didn't have it out here playing. I wasn't on my due diligence. I wasn't obedient, and I ain't get on the hitter and threaten the theaters because it came and went so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, on one of my flights, because I was flying Delta, Aretha Franklin, Amazing Grace was on there. Put my glasses down.
Oh, you putting your glasses down?
I almost shouted.
I'm say you crying?
I had to stop. I couldn't even finish watching it because I literally was going to get out the seat and start running up and down the aisles. And you know, if you do that on planes, they're landing it. So
Stupid.
I wanted to shout. Why didn't y'all tell me the Holy Ghost was going to follow me in the air like that?
Mm-hmm.
You know how I'm just thinking it's going to be like, I don't know. You remember how, I don't know, the Clark sister ones, and Clarence Kirk live video be bopping too. But you know how Kurt Franklin used to have his, am I dating myself? Remember the little videos to be taped concerts?
Mm-hmm.
My parents had like the Kurt Franklin tape concert. And like on Sunday morning or like Easter, it'd just be in the background playing on the TV. You know, sometimes you can't just sit back and watch because Kurt can blow, right? Everybody can blow.
Right.
But it don't get you shouting. Like, you know, I'm not about to run through the house. Where you be like, oh, that's a bop. I'm feeling good. The energy is light in the house. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen in Amazing Grace. I'm thinking like, all right, they got whatchamacallit, John P. Key on here, OG, you know, and it's from what, the 70s, early 70s. So the footage might even be that good, right? Like, it's just going to be something I can kind of doze off to.
Mm-hmm.
Child, when they broke that down, I only can get through night one because it was a 2-night recording. To the point where I wanted to, I know sometimes I was like, sing, girl. Like at the end of it, I was like, hallelujah. Oh my God. I said, oh my God. Like when she started hitting that precious Lord in that holy wall, I said, who is Aretha Franklin? In the way I knew that it was going to be shut up in my bones as soon as I seen the choir marching in.
Oh, shit.
I said, I thought we were just going to open and they were already going to be there. When I seen that 2-step marching in, and when John P. Key gave us the intro and talking about the shouting, I said, oh, this is gonna be rough for me, ain't it? And then when Aretha and she got to singing, but I knew it was over for me when John P. Key had to get up from his organ, go sit in the congregation and just cry in his hands. I said, oh my God. I'm about to cry now. I was sick, and when Aretha just had to sit down and they just had to give her water. And the sweat was just pouring. Mm-hmm. And the way she took 48 minutes to sing Amazing Grace, because unpopular opinion, I usually don't listen to the Aretha Franklin version of Amazing Grace.
No.
Because it takes a long time. It takes a long time. But I really listened to it. And it got shut up. I would turn it to Rance Allen. Shut up in my bones. Oh my God. Go see it, y'all. But you're going to have to be somewhere where you can shout. If I was in the theater, I would have shouted.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to night 2. So I don't know if it's on Amazon yet or I can buy it. I'm going to have to probably perfectly buy it when Nerum and Mabel's out the house.
What you mean?
Because Mabel's going to be barking.
At you running?
Running for Jesus. You know I'm a runner.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get it out of me. I'm a runner. You know, I'm not a circle runner. I'm a running placer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm a runner. I'm not one of the people. You know, some of the people be looking like that. What game is that? Paying freezer tag. Like, you know, they be just hitting 4 corners.
Yeah.
I ain't one of them shouters. I'm in place. I would tear up that place. You know how little dogs dig?
Yeah.
That's how I do it with my feet.
Oh, my God.
It's check-in. Oh, Lord. How long is this episode going to be?
I don't know.
We going to rock it to the end, y'all. Anyway, so our 2 weeks. New York was amazing for me. It was hot as hell. We were there, or I was there during the time where it hit 100+ degrees.
The hottest.
And it reminded me of when I was baking macaroni and cheese and you check the oven to make sure the crust ain't burnt. So when the oven opened and it hit you in the face.
Oh, that hot heat get you?
That's how it was. To the point where from my hotel, I was like walking to work and stuff where like I had to adjust the shoes I was wearing because I think my sandals were melting. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm going to wear these cute little, I got a little pair of Birkenstocks, y'all. So my arch is supported. I'm ready. I feel like them motherfuckers was going to melt in the ground. And I was like, I can't wear it. You ever just feel like your feet just, I'm sorry, I'm hitting the thing, like stick it to the ground.
Yeah.
I had to be booted up and suited. I had to put on them gym shoes. Not only had to put on the gym shoes, I had to tie them bitches tight. Like, do you know what I'm talking? Y'all don't talk about a certain time. You
got
gotta
to lace up.
You
had to lace up, baby.
And then after that, you know, whatever, I should know this. I should know better. So being in the Midwest, whenever it get hot, eventually how you break that heat with rain.
Mm-hmm.
So it rained and it rained. And I was thankful for the rain. I ain't even mad. I didn't care. I was at work. I said, honestly, if I got to stay here to the rain midnight when the rain stopped, I don't care because it's so hot. And the hotel, of course, limited our air. They said, oh, you're not turning this bitch below 70. So good luck. So they froze all of that. Mm-hmm. But back to this rain. What the fuck is those hepatitis pools y'all got in New York? It's just where it be puddles. So y'all, what's it called? Vent system? What's it called? The drainage?
Uh-huh.
What's going on with the drainage in New York? A bitch is playing hopscotch trying to jump over these puddles. And how do it look like cesspools when it's fresh rain? How y'all live like this?
Mm.
And you know me, I'm thinking I'm good, and I'm thinking I done stepped high enough over it, but it was a baby in front of me. I didn't want to step on her damn head. So I literally grazed the puddle, and I feel like all the hepatitis pool water soaked up in my shoe.
Ooh.
You know, I almost lost my damn mind. I went into CVS, I bought some Lysol down my shoe, and then I went and got a hair dryer. And then I had to air dry that. I don't have time for this shit. That was the moment when I realized me and New York weren't meant to be. Or the thing is, I have to make a certain amount of money to live in New York. Mm. I can't hustle in New York. New York got to be my final place. Stop. Like, that got to be where I'm at the peak of my career. Because I need to be afford. What's that rapper? I need to be able to afford the Uber everywhere.
Oh, like designer? He was
I need to
like
just
$20,000 in Uber every month.
It was so hot. In 2 weeks, I didn't even go down on the subway. A bitch literally walked because I was scared to go down in that oven.
Ooh.
I didn't go down in the oven.
I did a few times.
I literally walked everywhere.
And I felt like I was going to pass out.
Because there's no air, and like the trains have air, but the waiting area doesn't, right?
No.
Yeah, that just seems like a place to die.
And then my ass called myself going into Times Square.
What?
And then I had to go to Brooklyn. And the way you get to Brooklyn from Times Square, you got to go down 3 levels to get there. Mm-hmm. So it was just hotter. It was just getting hotter and hotter and hotter to the point I was like, I'm just about to hop on the next train that comes.
And just go somewhere.
I don't know anywhere, but I got to go somewhere because it's so damn hot down here and I'm 3 levels down. Hey, Mabel, I see you want to be in a podcast.
Mabel is showing out, y'all.
And so I was like, I'm about to pass out because you just kept going lower and lower. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Yeah. And I'm like, I hope if I pass out, one of these New Yorkers like.
No, they're going to step over your ass.
I say, that's what I'm saying. I hope I just don't get stepped over and I die here.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Lord, I got to keep moving. If I stop, I'm going to die here.
That's when you got to start singing Negro spirituals.
I was like, I'm going to die here in the subway and people just going to walk over me.
Take my hand. Lead me on.
And they ain't going to even say nobody. Like, they ain't going to even, like, hey, like a guy
they won't
fell
even
over.
Kick you.
They'll just walk over me. Or walk around my ass.
Then I got to use your iPhone to see where you at. I'm like, Lord, they say he in Times Square.
Right.
Is that Dallas BBQs?
And you just walking like, he said he here. I don't see him though. My ass 3 levels below, dead on the damn subway floor.
Oh my goodness. So, you know, that was interesting. But y'all, I got lucky. Any blurs out there? Black nerds? For the Black nerds out there, this is where my nerdiness and my bourgeois comes out. I really love Broadway plays. I don't like musicals. Mm-hmm. And so while I'm there, I meant to go to, what's it called, TKS or?
Yeah.
Where you can get like tickets or Tix Today, like where you can get discounted Broadway tickets because I wasn't about to pay surface price. I got some stuff I'm playing. I didn't want to put that type of money out. And so the kids put me on the lottery. Mm-hmm. Y'all heard of the lottery? I'm putting y'all on because I went on. And I'm assuming if I'm not on,
y'all ain't on.
Y'all ain't on.
Actually, I need to go ahead and apply for it.
What the lottery is, y'all, it's 2 things. It's the lottery and it's standing room only. So the lottery is something for all the major plays on Broadway. There's a website. What is it? Is it called Playbill?
Yeah, Playbill.
If you go to the Playbill website and type in lottery, it'll come up. And what it does, it lists all the plays on Broadway, and they have links to how you can then sign up for the lottery. And depending on the play, the lottery works different. But the gist is that usually you put your name in, name, email, and it's randomly generated, and you can get tickets anywhere from $10 all the way up to $50 for orchestra seating day of or 2 days of. And for the folks who really don't do a lot of Broadway plays, that is dirt cheap because good seats at Broadway can range anywhere between $250 and if you're talking about Hamilton tickets or like well, we can say Hamilton, that's probably at its prime now, or Hadestown or anything like that. Yeah. It could be like $700 for one seat. So being able to get it between $10 and $50 and $70, I mean, it's a great deal.
It is.
Also, the other option you have is to go the day that it opens, and all this is listed there. Like that morning, go there at a certain time. They're going to tell you on that website, and you stand in line and say, I'm looking for day of tickets. They give you a discount, not as discount as the lottery. The last way is if you're really looking to save a couple coins. A lot of Broadway shows have standing room only. So you can go in line early when they first open, say, I want standing room tickets. They're only $10. You don't get a physical seat, but you get to get in and you can stand in the back and watch it. Which again, $10 to watch some of the best plays like on Broadway is totally worth it. Yeah. Like if you on a budget for the day, I know it's summer, you're trying to get some stuff for the children, you're trying to do some stuff like that, go ahead and do it. And for Hamilton, is it everywhere Hamilton's playing?
Yeah, so they have a Hamilton app.
Yeah.
And like you can get on a lottery there. So the lottery is for New York, Chicago, London, San Francisco, and Providence. Oh, and Oklahoma City.
So, and for folks who don't know Hamilton's probably one of the biggest Broadway shows that came out in the last couple of years. And it's about, who is it? Jackson?
Yeah.
Hamilton. Oh, shit. Let me Jackson. It's about Obama.
It's about Obama.
No,
excuse me. I think I burped in y'all ear. Sorry, y'all.
Nasty nigga. How do I summarize this? It's about Hamilton with like a hip hop variation. I'm not doing a justice about it, but just Google it. It is something good for the children. It's something good for you to see it. Person of color is the lead on it. Like it's something really good to support and just culturing yourself. Even like I said, y'all, I'll be the first one to tell you, I am not a fan of a motherfucking musical, but I did get in there. I almost said The Wiz. I did get in there to see, what is it called?
Harry Potter.
Not Harry. Oh, that's the damn Nero. My big reveal.
Oh, my bad.
But no, what is the Wizard of Oz?
Wicked.
Wicked. Like I seen Wicked up in there. Like it's just some good stuff that take our advice, y'all. If you in New York, sign up for these lotteries. If you any of those major cities, do these lotteries to see Hamilton. It's worth it. All that to being said, I signed up for the lottery and I got the tickets for Harry Potter, the cursed motherfucking child. I know I ain't the only Harry Potter head out there.
Naomi make me sick.
I love y'all. I don't read all of them books. I ain't read the Cursed Child. Don't tell nobody. I was one of them people that was kind of anti-Cursed Child, but after seeing this play, it's sickening. Mm-hmm. And to think about Cursed Child, I think for both nights I only paid $80, and I'm counting it like I'm there. I was 5 rows from the front. And it was absolutely beautiful. Like, and it was a 2-day thing. So Harry Potter got a big ass budget. So most Broadway shows are about 2 hours, 2.5 hours with like maybe a 20-minute intermission. Harry Potter was almost 5 hours long, 2.5 hours one day, 2 hours and 45 minutes the next day. So you had to go back for a second day for part 2. Mm-hmm. When I tell you from Harry Potter and the Cursed MFing Child, I got my entire life. I know I'm gonna be talking about some shit a lot of you niggas don't know if you're not into Harry Potter. But Harry Potter, listen up. Hermione was a sister. She was black. And she was black. She had a twist out.
She had a twist out? Like you?
Yes. And her and Ron had some children. Brown little children. And they talk about issues of mental health. Can we talk? Not because Harry Potter and I are about the same age. That's the thing I think why I'm partial to Harry Potter, because we the same age. So as Harry Potter was growing up, we was growing up. Like we all were. We're on this journey with him. So now even fast forward Harry in his mid to late 30s having these kids and everything. This is the only thing spoiler I'm gonna give you away because J.K. Rowling told me keep the secret. That's the tagline. So I can't tell you too much, but I'll tell you this. We're in this show. We're addressing like mental illness in Harry Potter and his wife, basically PTSD. She was like, well, you kind of had a tough childhood. And everybody was like, yeah. She was like, I could see how like having your parents murdered and, fighting off ghouls and goblins and, all your mentors dying, that probably would have a negative effect on your parenting. You thought about talking to somebody about it? Like Harry Potter come to terms to be like, how do I navigate through this trauma? Then on the flip side, again, it's not giving away. Harry Potter got kids now. How the hell them kids supposed to live up to Harry Potter? Harry Potter? How your children supposed to live up to someone who supposed to allegedly save the world? So now what you about to come do? You can't even do a Patronus. Shout out to the Harry Potter heads. What's your Patronus?
What's your Patronus?
You can't even protect yourself from the Dementors.
Not the Dementors.
Shout out to the Harry Potter heads. I know I'm talking to somebody.
Damn, they ain't coming until October.
To where?
San Francisco.
Oh, it's so good, Niram. We got to go again. Niram tried to get tickets. And then I can't even get it out, honey. I'm so excited. In addition to the storyline, can we then talk about the motherfucking special effects? Y'all, they have things, Harry Potter, they love to do flashbacks and shit. Regardless, in any book, I think almost in all 7 books, they did a flashback. So again, that's nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
But can we talk about when they did flashback? I felt like my ass was flashing back. I feel like the whole room shook. Sickening.
Ooh.
Sickening. Now, you got any... Am I too lit?
No, you lit, but I'm just looking at the days. So they got it, like Saturday starts at part 1 at 2, and then part 2 starts at 7:30.
Oh, you looking for tickets? We're going to buy them. I recommend it. If anybody...
Well, they're not available yet, but I was just seeing like...
For folks, because some Broadway stuff, I'm like, child, wait till it's off Broadway or give it a few more years when them prices come down. Harry Potter is something I would recommend spending the money for. Absolutely recommend. I'm surprised they haven't won more Tony Awards.
So it started off at $60 per part. That's not bad.
That's not bad. But I'm talking about good seats.
Yeah.
I was
the premium seats, yeah, they're about $200-$300.
Yeah, they're about $200-$300. Maybe we can fall somewhere
per part.
What you think?
Well, after my news, maybe not.
Oh, look at God. Okay, then what else I did after that? I worked. What is there to say about work now?
Work.
It's work. That's it. Then I went to Detroit, and it was just so good to be home briefly. The trip went really... This is the first time I think the trip went a little fast for me.
I was only there for like 28 hours.
Oh, don't do that. I got in Friday night and left Sunday. That's more than 28 hours.
Oh, okay. 32.
Like, I think I could go one more day. Mm-hmm. That would have been beneficial. But it was just good hanging out with my parents. You know what we did? We treated ourselves like tourists. So we went to the Motown Museum. We realized it's been so long since we've been to the Motown Museum. Mm-hmm. And just was like appreciating the legacy that is Berry Gordy. But I don't think sometimes we don't take a time just to think about what he did in that time, in that era. Outside of like making all these people stars. But the amount of property that he bought out on Woodward, right, like just the shit he was doing, the shit he did from an $800 loan from family. And can we talk about that loan? People don't say that. That loan came from his family bank. So his family had like a cooperative economics where each family put in so many dollars each year.
Ooh, these niggas is practicing Kwanzaa.
Right? And then what they could do every so many months, if you had an idea that you wanted to launch a business, or if you came in hard times, you could go to the family bank or the trust or whatever it is and take out something against that. Where you look at the paperwork, because they had that in the museum, the paperwork saying how much we're going to give you, when it's due back, this the interest you owe on it. Mm-hmm. Mind you, is maybe 4 or 5%. At first, people are like, why do you got to pay interest? Well, you got to make money somehow.
Right.
But and what bank loan you think you're going to get cheaper than that?
Right.
So that's how it kept it going. And to the point where he initially asked for 1,000 and his family was like, nah, we'll give you 8. And good luck.
Right.
So it's just so much I learned, or re-remembered is the word, because I feel like I knew this story, but it just hit different when you're in your 30s. It just hit different when you pay taxes, I guess.
Yeah, because you can celebrate it a lot more and like actually get like the power of the dollar, and how like that makes more sense now.
Yeah, and how do we continue to create that? Like, how do you work on, especially as our elders are passing, and our elders were the folks who came from these great migrations. And I think to like my grandfather, where they're having, they may not have a lot of money to pass on to the family, but they have like property and things that you can flip to make money from. So like, how are we
or to stay on it, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is like, yeah, it's in the country, but that's free rent.
True. And you can use the money you would be putting for rent towards like the family trust. Like, how do you establish that? Like, I guess no, take that back. I know how you establish it, but how do you get people bought in to do it and to act right?
They got to see how you making millions, and then they're like, I want to be a part of that.
Niram, do we got to start it with our children?
We are. Well, you know, that's one of the things
but not like mama. It ain't gonna be mama and daddy account. Like you really have to. I don't know
like
if I'm using
trust.
the right word. Is it the right word? Is it trust?
Yeah, it's like a family trust.
And you set it up separate, like it's its own entity where you can even take out loans against it and stuff. Like, and how do you begin starting that up? Do you start that? Like, do we make our children put in like $20?
Yeah.
A month. What you putting
chores.
towards the trust, honey, this month?
Yeah, chores.
What you need. And like maybe when they need to buy their car, go to the family trust, honey. I don't see if it helps.
But you know, that was one of the things we was also talking about. Like, we were talking about that, like buying a house in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
And you know, we out here in Colonizer Valley. I personally don't think it's going to be our forever home or like our forever place and things like that. Yeah. Especially how expensive it is.
Child, it'd be like $1 million out here for the projects. It'd be like 1.5 bedrooms.
But I also think that we have so many familial ties back to Detroit that even if like Detroit doesn't be our long-term staying place, just to have a place there in the place that we grew up, that
if we have family paying us, that makes more sense.
Or if like a family member gets sick or whatever, we don't have to worry about staying in anybody's houses. We have our own shit.
That's true. Yeah. And it was just nice going to black-owned businesses. It was just nice. We went to the Sugar House. We went to Savannah Blue downtown. Like, it's just so much jumping downtown. It was just a good time to connect with my parents. Second thing, I've been a recluse, y'all. I think it's because of these 2 weeks of traveling. I was working like 12, 14 hours a day. And not that I hate it. I love my job. I love what I do. And then I hit that with my parents. And then I hit that with jumping right back to work. I have probably 14 unread text messages, 20 messages, all the way from people I love and care about so much, from dear friends, aunts, uncles, hell, lawyers. I got people I need to call back that I'm just like, I just haven't had the energy to do it. So if any of y'all listen, know that I love you. Nyambi has been a recluse. It did not help that Mercury was in retrograde. It is now out. So this weekend, next week, expect apologies and me calling back. But love me, honey. Love me from my heart. I can't. You know, you get to a certain age where you're just like, love me or take me.
Yeah.
Love me or leave me. I just couldn't. I felt awful. What you think about that, Nero?
No, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. It's, you know, it's a part of personal health.
Yeah. And lastly, y'all, I have read The Black Mother of Hollywood. Jennifer M.F. and Lewis. She's brilliant. The thing is, y'all, don't read her book. Buy it on audiobook. Do not read it. Reading it is not doing it any justice. When you're talking about the dick down diva, aka the black mother of Hollywood, aka the baddest bitch on this earth, aka the bitch who still needs to get all her awards, these titles she's giving herself, not me, you need to get the audiobook. I don't care if you download Audible just for a month just to get her. Actually, forget Audible. This is what you Negroes do. Go to your public library, get a library card. With your library card, you get free audio and ebooks via Hoopla. Mm-hmm. So just do this and do yourself a favor and get The Black Mother of Hollywood. Man, woman, it don't matter. Don't let the children listen. This is definitely headphones because she's telling you the truth. But it was so inspirational. Like, in my head, she's a legend, right? Of course. But when she was telling her story, I was like, she didn't get her due diligence. She has not. She been playing somebody mama since before, and she went back to What's Love Got to Do with It. She said, I'm playing Tina Turner mama, Angela Bassett, and we only 18 months apart. I said, bye, Jennifer. But just amazing. I love it. Also, what we done did, we done watched I Got to Hook Up To, the worst movie on earth. That's all I'm going to say. Neil, what's your check-in?
That shit was bad. That movie was horrible. The audio was bad. The plot was bad. The acting was bad.
Master P had me out here thinking it was going to be Roots.
Master P did all that caping talking about if y'all support a black business. And I'm like, baby, let's go ahead and support them. Let's go ahead and support them. Let's do it.
We did.
And we did. And that was a horrible movie.
I tried to go to sleep and I woke up hoping it to be better.
And it didn't get better.
Put it this way, I know when the scene opened, they talking about fucking a dog. I said, this is not.
Oh, my God.
Us blacks, we're not into bestiality.
What the fuck, Master P?
Us blacks aren't into that.
Do better, sir.
I said, ain't nobody at the cutting edge forward like, you got anything else?
Nothing.
No, I don't even think the writers did that. I think it was a, you off the cuff, but it was like a bad off the cuff.
Yeah.
They should have been like,
That
makes
was
me
freestyling
uncomfortable.
that.
Look, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm so high I can fuck a dog.
I was like, oh. That ain't high. That is something else.
That ain't that.
You are under another influence. Satan.
And so I went to go see Nyambi. Well, I went to go attempt to go see Nyambi, but I rarely seen her.
Enjoy your time?
Oh, I enjoyed myself. You didn't let me get there. I attempted to go see Nyambi, but I just didn't see her, and I just had to enjoy the city without you. Seeing some friends.
You came with the intent to spend time with me, or you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Were you surprised how busy I was?
Yeah, you was just always working, and it sounds like, well, it's lunchtime. Are we grabbing lunch together, or I should get it on my own? She was always, get it on your own. I'm busy. I said, damn, okay.
I was trying to give a quick response.
Get it on your own. I'm busy. So your boy had dollar pizzas, papaya dogs.
That papaya dog messed your stomach up.
It surely did.
We gotta be careful.
I ain't eating that no more.
With them sewer dogs, you gotta be careful with them sewer dogs. Honey.
But that dollar pizza.
Now dollar pizza hit, and you get it right when it's on fire. That cheese like lava. Yeah, that is.
Because Nyambi, I don't know about this place. It's a little special. I said Nyambi, this is the best $1 pizza that I had in my whole life. My whole life. And said, well, if you think it's all right, and it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, it was. I walked in there. I'm looking. It's just this one man looked like he got an easy bake oven. Talking about what you want. And I'm like, ooh.
Do you want this dollar pizza now?
I said, well, just the cheese. I don't want any ingredient. He got to worry about meat or anything he cutting. Just cheese.
And he pulled that shit straight out the fire.
Yeah,
that shit was good as fuck.
And then in New York, I know these my people when they got the Italian seasoning and garlic. I feel like he had just in Lowry, what's it called?
Bottles,
Container.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what's this? He said, that's garlic. I said, it says Lowry's. Petty.
Yeah, so
but it was good.
Did that. So I just mainly kicked it with my friends. I did hood rat things with my hood friends.
What hood rat things? Y'all
We
bougie
really
folks
ain't
ain't
did
do
no
no
hood
hood rat things. These niggas is going to beaches.
We went to the beach, had photo
morning
shoots
runs,
and shit. Yeah.
having brunch together, eating burrata, eating melon prosciutto wrapped melon.
You
like
mad?
that is not.
You mad?
Yeah, I didn't even get to go to Melba's.
No, we didn't.
Because I've been trying to get to Melba's for a minute. I did get me a hot chopped cheese though. Oh my God.
I didn't get a chopped cheese.
I love a good ass chopped cheese. You hear me?
So other than that, your boy, should I just go ahead and play it? Moving on to the next thing. Which one is it? Is it this
which
one?
One it is.
Is it that one or is it this one?
Whatever one you want. Because
Which
it's going
one?
to come the same.
Okay.
It's going to come the same.
So I'm just gonna let this little play a little bit if I can
let
go
it
ahead and get
play.
that going.
This song is just simply total praise.
I know what means when we play total praise.
I'm just gonna let that play. It's the
Aaron
remix.
playing the remix. That's how good the Lord is to me.
This the live version.
It's the remix version.
Oh, when we play the other one?
It's good.
Oh, okay.
We still hear it. Everybody get ready for their praise and worship. We're about to do testimonial service.
But I got something to say.
I got some. Shout out to me. Can we just let them hit it with the Lord?
Let's go ahead one time.
Is it going to play?
I don't know. Shit, it's the live version, so they put a little sauce on it.
Yeah. That's Donnie McClurkin. That's Miriam Solo. Turn up, Donnie. Turn up.
You crying in your hands?
Ain't no worse than crying. Come on, let Donnie play. Come on. What's coming? What is coming? Your help.
It's coming, y'all.
From who? Oh, thank you. Jesus.
Oh my God! I wish y'all can see Nyambi act the fool.
In the time of what?
What in time of what? We're going to get sued by somebody.
Go ahead.
And we just going to take this episode down.
We'll just take it down. It's worth it. We'll be like, we sorry. Thank you.
Sorry.
Be blessed.
Be blessed.
Amen. We're sorry. Amen.
So, I don't know. I don't know who he need to hear this, but where you at right now is where you need to be.
Say it one more time.
Where you at right now is where you need to be. Let that soak in for a little bit.
Let him use you.
Where you at right now is where you supposed to be. And I got something I want to say, goddamn.
What's your testimony? Because y'all done heard many of Nyambi testimonies. Go listen to episode 1 through 268. I think on at least every other one, I got something I'm thanking the Lord for.
The way the universe works.
The Lord! Yes.
The way the universe works, the higher being, the Lord, God, Buddha, Allah. You want to? It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
So I've been at this job,
Playing.
just working there, and when I got this job, this little part-time job, people was looking at me like, why are you working there?
Oh, that ain't enough.
That ain't
Get
enough.
another one, honey.
You need to get another one. Yep. People want to have man talks with your boy and everything else. And I'm like, I'm playing the long game. And I remember talking to Nyambi and said, Nyambi, like, I know this job don't look like nothing right now, but I'm playing the long game. You remember when I told you that?
I do remember you told me that. Yeah.
I said,
You tried to get me as your
because, no.
Remember at my church back at Mass, the assistant pastor used to always back up the main one. Do you remember, Johnny?
I need you to back me up on
I
this.
remember.
I remember saying, Nyambi, this is the long game. And this is the long game because, with the people that's here, I'm able to build these relationships that's going to take me to the next level.
I said, okay.
Nyambi said, okay, people around me buzzing in my ear. Why are you there? You don't need to be there. You got too many degrees. You're too smart. Why are you doing this? Where you at right now is where you supposed to be. I can't tell you much about the situation, but what I can tell you, while y'all listen to this is my last day at that place. And it's my last day at that place because I've been moved on to something bigger and better.
You make like he done died. But what happened when you don't want to?
I done moved on to the upper room.
The upper room. Wait a minute.
No, but I done moved on to something bigger and better. And the reason why I moved on because of something bigger and better is because of the connections I've made at this place.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
No. What? Say what you gonna say?
I think it just goes back to, we had a lot of episodes where we're really talking like, how do you be obedient to God, the universe, the higher being, when everyone else is swirling around you, telling you other stuff. When you've had a conversation with your maker, and your maker said, "This is the direction I want you to go in. I really don't care what your mama, your daddy, your friends, uncles, nobody else has to say. This is the journey I want you to go on." Right? That takes so much discipline.
It does. It takes so much because everybody's in your ear. Everybody telling you should do this. You're not doing enough. You're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. Something you're doing is wrong. And like, we talked about this multiple times where I've applied to like hundreds of jobs, right?
Yeah.
I've been on hundreds of interviews,
Yeah.
phone screens, in-persons, get to the final stage. We're not going to take you, but you was top 3. Get to the final stage. We're not going to take you, but you top 2. You know how Drake said, I'm top 2 and I'm not 2? Well, I was top 2 and I was 2.
Oh, Lord.
And it doesn't feel good to be top 2 and be number 2.
But honestly, outside of the opinions of others, because I do think family and friends are always well-intending, but we don't necessarily understand the impact and what that does. I think the biggest component or biggest enemy is not like you're your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
So the voices that you have in your own head
Voices in my
is
head.
always 10 times worse than what other people are saying. Or a lot of time, what other people are saying, the voice in your head amplifies that.
Yeah.
to another situation. So it is just something about being disciplined and really getting your spiritual ears on. Like we listen with our human ears and we move in our humanness. Sometimes you got to learn how to move in that spirituality and be connected to a greater source. Because I even think about the situations where it kept saying no. No, like when you constantly get in this no,
like
back to back, and how do you receive that no as a not now and not get discouraged outside of other people?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the journey you going on by yourself. How do you still stay encouraged to continue to move on? Like how are you using praise as your weapon, right? In the midst of the storm, continues to think. Well, we talk about the Christmas praise.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, you said no to that. Oh, I can't imagine what's for.
Right.
Right? How do you stay in that mind frame consistently? Like that. That's the key to that.
And I think that's the thing. But also, like, I was getting those, and I had like in-person references, right? And people talk about like how to get a job in Silicon Valley, like you need people to like vouch for you, like inside, right? I've had inside help and not get the job, and just be racking my brain. I remember talking to Naomi, like I don't know. Like I remember just being like, I just don't know. I don't know what it is. Like everybody's saying I should have a job. When I talk to these recruiters, they like, you should get hired and you should be at this level. And then when I get up there, they just be like, you top 2, but not 1.
Yeah.
And like that baffles me, right? And just went like just over and over and over, like just of hearing that. And then like the voices in your head telling you something else. And then like this just happens, and it happens so clearly with no job interview, no application, just let's have coffee, and you meet the team, and then while you meeting the team, some shit just come out and say and come out with an envelope to say, well, here's your offer.
We want to hire you. Another aspect of that I want to say too is being willing to do what you got to do in the meantime. So why the Lord, the grand architect, whoever is going on, being willing and having the resilience to do what you need to do in the meantime is another skill. Because especially from our age group, from our core group. So if you have a lot of degrees, I think we're still at the tail end of the generation that believes if you have degrees translates to jobs.
Yeah,
that's a lie.
Yeah, I don't.
That is a lie. There is a lot of unemployed PhD people, folks with PhDs. I think it makes it a little easier, right? I think it helps you move a little fluidly. I think having a degree over a lifetime ensures that you make more money. All those things are factual, but just simply having a degree or multiple degrees does not guarantee you a job. Yeah. And that is like an identity shift that a lot of folks don't talk about. Like even though folks know this, like okay, yeah, I know that, but in your heart, in the back of your mind, you be like, but I got these degrees.
But I got these degrees.
It's almost as a sense of entitlement that has to be broken down for you to be able to get through that and to build the resilience to say, I need to do what I need to do to get to my next step in the meantime. Like, again, so praising in the hallway until the door opens and really get into that point. So I think it's so many life lessons that came through that experience, because a lot of folks wouldn't have took the job that you did, waking up at 4 a.m, working part-time, doing what you did.
Yeah, like cleaning shitty toilets.
But through that connection, this is what you made. I'll even go back to my experience even at the bot store.
Yeah.
I would argue that my experience at the bot store, coupled with my previous experience, helped me land my job in Silicon Valley. That if I did not have the bot store, I'm not sure if I would have been such an appealing candidate, because I have a diversified portfolio. Right. And of course, God, right? He escorted it to the front. I know that. But it's something that connected the dots in folks' head. Like they came together in the universe. Because me just having a background in higher ed, that's not new. Right. That's not new. It's not innovative. It is not like, but the connection that I like, all that comes together.
Yeah. And and that's what I mean with like where you at right now is where you're supposed to be. Because like I wouldn't have thunk it to like this position where I was at, waking up every morning at 4 a.m. Me and Naomi beefing because I got to go to bed at 8 o'clock, 6 p.m. and still.
All we literally doing was recording a podcast and going to sleep, y'all.
Yes.
That's literally all we had time to do.
Like working,
like 8 months.
Yeah, working, record the podcast, go to bed so I can wake up at 4
and pray
a.m.
for the weekend for one day, Saturday.
Yeah. For Saturday so I can sleep in a little bit.
And hang out. But near I'm running on Sunday. Like we literally got 12 hours together.
Yeah. So, like, to go through that, wake up at 4 a.m., go clean these shitty-ass toilets. Like, some niggas would have just been miserable there, right? Yeah. And, like, not make the best of it. And I made the best of it. It's like, well, if I'm going to be here at this time, I'm going to get to know these people here.
Yes.
And not only get to know these people here, I'm going to tell my story, and I'm going to find a way to make this work. And like just building these relationships over time and like building the social capital, like it's one of the ways that this opportunity just came and presented itself. Like I said, no job application, no interview. It's just come have coffee and meet the team.
Yeah.
So, and like when you have shit like that, it's like damn, and you start going back. It's like the Einstein meme, like connecting the dots to be like, damn, like if it wasn't for this, like how I had to be open enough to even accept this position.
How many times you had to be declined?
How many times I had to be declined to see this position?
Coming to California.
Yeah.
Being in the situation to come to California. Yeah. What got us in the situation to be here? Right. All of that stuff had to happen. There's no other way that it could have happened and it would have felt this way.
No. And like that's what I mean, how like the universe has some funny shit to put you in this situation. Because like I was down bad. Like your lady working, niggas like, oh, you just living off your girl's tit and like all this other shit. And I'm like, I'm trying. Yeah. Like I'm not just sitting here, like a nigga is trying. Yeah. And like for this to happen the way it did, like it just shows that sometimes you just gotta go through shit and go through it in a way that when that opportunity comes, you ready for it. Versus if that opportunity came when you thought you was ready for it and you wasn't ready for it, you would have fucked it up.
Big time.
Big time. Yeah. Like this opportunity came and I put my best foot forward and the shit just opened wide and low and laid it flat.
What is it? Laid it low and spread it wide.
It's laid it low and spread it wide.
It's something to that. But also I also want to speak to the folks who are going through the storm. I'm at the tail end of my storm. I think I can see the sunlight. Or at the end of the tunnel, right? It's no longer a train, but it's light. You know, if you ever been in some people like, I'm in a tunnel. I don't know if that's a train or light coming towards me, but I'm going towards it. I wanted to speak to the folks who are going through something right now and you feel in isolation and you feel as if there's no way out and that you're suffocating and you're breathing, right? It can be related to family. It can be related to health, finances, your career. You have to persevere. Yeah. You have to persevere. You have to take the next logical step forward. I know all the folks who listen to us, y'all secret overachievers, y'all the black bourgeois. I know this, and sometimes we try to overplan. We try to overplan for the next year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. But sometimes you just have to plan for that next logical step and be in that next logical step. And every day take the next logical steps and eventually you'll lead at that goal. Yeah. The Lord is good. The Lord is God. Yeah. But it's other folks who's going through storms. Yeah. And as I always argue, it ain't the storm that make you nervous. It's that after. It's what you do. It's how do you rebuild? Right. The storm is kind of explicit. The storm will take you so off guard. You be like, what the hell was that? But it's something about when all the sympathy and empathy gone and it's just you just there trying to work something out with FEMA.
And you just got to make it work.
In the meantime, when that is the hardest space to be in. Just hang in there. Hang in there. Use your praise as your weapon. Mm-hmm. So you're feeling good though, man. That's good. And it's also, I don't know if you don't talk too much about it, but it's within the field that you really enjoy.
The thing is,
tied to your 5 to 9 hustle, like all of that.
And like everything is aligned. Mm-hmm. And I think that if I would have just took something else, it wouldn't align like this. But everything, like with the opportunity that's coming and the things I'm doing with the other blog and podcast and everything like that, like all that stuff is aligning. Mm-hmm. Like even the stuff we're doing here with the Black Love Matters family, which is coming soon, like all of that stuff is aligning. Mm-hmm. And I don't think if it wasn't for this position that led me here to lead me to these people, I wouldn't be in an opportunity where everything just aligns like this.
And now I'm thinking of the next phase. So again, I'm always about Christmas blessings. Mm-hmm. We still praising for what's under the tree right in front of us. Yeah. I can only imagine how now this connection and you being here and who you're connected with in the time and space, and now gives us to commit to the community of what the next steps are going to be. Yeah. Or I really told you, I'm trying to get to the place where I'm a sense of overflow. So how can my places of privilege, my access to resources, power, how can I then help? How can I be the blessing to somebody else? Right. That's what I'm looking to do in 2020. I'm looking to be blessings. Who can I bless?
Right.
to say you too.
Right.
Like that, to be so abundant with overflow that I'm able to bountifully pass it on to somebody else. That's the new blessing. That's the new wish. That's the new prayer. That's the new conversations I'm having with the Lord. Before I was like, Lord, just hold me. Just
get me through this, right?
Just
Get
1 minute.
right.
Just, Lord, get me through this second. Okay, we got through this second. Another second, Lord. Like it was, y'all, I'm gonna have to release my journal one day. It was literally in my journal one day. I was like, Lord, just get me through the next second. And I literally kept writing second. Okay, now the next second. All right, now the next minute. And I literally would just like, just get me through this so I can see clearly now. And I know I'm not the only one who has ever had that prayer to say, just get me through the next minute.
But
y'all not gonna get me on here crying. You ain't gonna know my business like that, but it's true.
But yeah, like from the time that we both lost our jobs, to now,
because everybody might not know that. Like y'all, we got a huge backstory. Eventually, we'll tell you. But we both like lost our jobs on the same day. Like,
on the same
it was a
day.
lot.
So from the time we both lost our jobs on the same day to now, has been pretty much a storm, right? And to like get through it. And I remember just telling Naomi, like, you know, you the praying woman, pray.
Yeah.
Nigga pray. And then then nigga pray. But also being like, well, every situation that we ever been in, like a solution has came. A solution has came. We ain't got no money for food. Solution came.
Yep. How we gonna make this mortgage?
Voila, we moving across country. Solution came. And so Niram sold the house.
Yes.
By himself, no real estate agent. Yeah. Solution came, right? How are we gonna do these, Lord? Solution came. Like every issue that we've had, like a solution came. It might not been like right where we wanted, and we're like what, and the one we thought it was gonna be, or the time that we wanted it, but it was always on time.
Come on, he's an on-time guy. Yes, he is. Daddy Peoples. Is that what we playing? He's an on-time guy. Yes, he might not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. Daddy Peoples, yes.
You done.
I done messed everything. I done got excited. I almost start shouting.
Just go ahead and plug that back in once you get it going.
But again, I'm just trying to speak to the folks who are going through it, because when you're going through it and your friends be talking other shit, or they, it used to get on my nerves with other friends, and I still love them. They come around, they be scared. They're like, you got the plague and shit, and.
Yeah, and like scared to talk to you.
I'm telling you the real shit. Sometimes you got to get to the, what was it, Secret Life of Bees? You got to get to the warrior wall and write down all them worries. I might have to put that on Instagram. It was like, Lord, get me through this second. Thank you. Minute, hour, the day. Okay, talk to you in the morning, Lord.
But that's what it was, right? And like, Nyambi has definitely went through a lot of like sleepless nights with the anxiety and everything that she's been through. And like I've taken a different approach where it's like, I'm gonna get through this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do things in the meantime.
Yeah, it took me a while to get to the
make
meantime.
this, right? Like whatever I do is gonna be in the meantime.
Yeah.
You want me to play this song?
Your transition. It's shout out to Daddy Peoples. There.
That one there? Okay.
That's the name of the episode. He's on time. You heard this here?
Yeah, I've heard of this.
You know, it's a box.
It is.
He's an on-time God. Yes, he.
Y'all hear singing now, Oh, I thought you was gonna sing.
I know. I can sing the whole song.
Oh, go ahead.
Including the verse.
Acapella, you ready? Your turn.
But he'll be there right on time. I said you're here. Why do I know the ad-lib? And then she's like, he's on time. He's on time. He's on time.
But like on some real shit, y'all.
He's
like,
on time.
We being funny, but on some real shit, you are where you're supposed to be at right now. And it's probably a fucked up situation.
So
trust me. The situations that we've been in has been fucked up.
I know it's dark.
But you are right where you need to be.
Yep.
And you got to weather this storm.
Weather it.
To get on to the next step.
Plant yourself like a tree, just like a tree that's planted by water. I shall not be moved. Another classic gospel song. Come on, just like a tree that's planted by the water, you shall not be moved.
What was your thoughts?
I got chills
when I told you that. Like
God, I pray every day for you. At the peak of when you were going through it, and I seen you get discouraged twice a day. So, in my heart of hearts, I knew it was going to work out. I knew something was going to come through for you. Something was going to happen for me. And I knew we were going to make it as a family, because I am a believer. But I was just so happy for you. Because the other stuff didn't really matter to me. Like, the money stuff, we'll figure out the money stuff. I think the money stuff's a little harder because we got other things we're paying for. If it wasn't for that, it wouldn't be more of a big deal. But I always knew that you would be okay. But I did start to I hurt for you when I could visibly see you getting like frustrated, right? Or challenging, like going into the imposter syndrome, like saying, am I good enough? Am I supposed to be here when it has nothing to do with that? So that made me hurt for you a little bit. But I knew it was going to work out. It was just a matter of when. And me shifting my lens to redefine what worked out meant. Right? I was at that place in my journey to be like, maybe God, the grand architect, is saying it's going to work out, or maybe it already has worked out, but the way in which I was viewing it was still such in my human eyes and selfish eyes that I couldn't see what the workout really was. Yeah. Because when you get in your certain way and your certain idea of what success or workout or the end is, you can't see what the Lord be like, I done showed you this. Right. Why are you not happy? So, I was trying to get a little bit deeper in that practice to really try to pull away any mental models or schemas. Oh, I'm getting too jargony. Any ideas that I had of what I thought success looked like for you, right? You got to be careful for that, right? It's a difference for me wishing a certain type of success for you or really letting the grand architect mold you and reveal what his grand picture is instead of what my idea or what your idea of success is, and being able to receive that. So that was my own personal journey as a partner that I was going. Like, even my prayer shifted over time. Like, it was all the things that you wanted, and it really had to shift to what the grand architect, what he saw fit, or she, whatever, y'all know what I'm talking about, saw fit for you and us, and being obedient to that. Yeah. So that's where I was at. Is that too much?
No.
What do you think?
No, I just always wanted to know, right? Because it's sometimes it's just hard because it's like, I don't know what's going on in your head. Like, you're telling me this, but I don't know who telling you what.
Yeah, you say, know what the Lord does. The Lord say, leave him.
I don't know who telling you what.
The Lord took up to the reed, break up with him. Now, don't get me wrong. The Lord do be telling y'all to break up with some of these Negroes. Don't ever get it confused. Like, Layla, break up with him.
Like, I don't know who telling you what.
Like, Layla, the Lord say break up with him. The Lord said leave Antoine.
And so, and I think that's one of those things, right? Yeah. And just like what that means for like my external foci masculinity, right?
Yeah, like it's a whole shift because it's not about what other people like. All that can be set aside. People has their right to their opinions,
right? And
no one I think said it was so egregious that it's like you need to get up out of here. But it's something you got to examine on how much weight you give people.
Yeah. You want to wrap it up here, or you want to
Nope.
move into your Antoine?
One more thing before we get out of here, y'all. Can we briefly talk about this? It don't even feel right talking about this to do it, but I want to talk about because I think by next week it's gonna be old news. What is going on with Antoine Fuqua, Lela Rashad? I'm saying that nigga ain't Fuqua.
Yeah, Fuqua.
What is that background? Where's that Fuqua coming from?
I don't know.
Okay, we don't have to.
Look, I'm gonna find his Wikipedia.
What is this coming from? Is he from Creole descent or something?
I don't know.
Lela Rashad and Nicole Murphy.
And now Lisa Ray.
Lisa Ray was just telling y'all the truth. Lisa Ray was just gathering all the receipts and auditing them for you. That is her job. Now, I'm sure y'all done seen it. It had been a few weeks ago by now where it was caught. It was TMZ, was it? I'm sure it was TMZ. Yeah. Caught Antoine Fuqua and Nicole Murphy. Was it out the country too?
Yeah, they was out the country.
They wasn't even down at the Babalo. Shout out to Detroit. I remember the Babalo.
That Babalo was the dope shit.
They weren't even down at the Belle Isle. It looked like they was somewhere foreign. Everyone looks like they wearing Gucci and Versace.
This nigga was born in Pittsburgh.
That's what I said. I think he's civil rights black, but I'm trying to see where is it. Is he from like down south, the Delta maybe?
I don't
Mississippi?
know. I'm trying to figure out who.
Where's the Fuqua? Like, yeah. Where's that? Or is that a stage name?
I don't know. His dad name is Carlos Fuqua.
Fuqua. I'm just curious what that background. I mean, it could come back from slavery too, like the plantation too. So maybe, but that's still shit to a location. Anyway, they're somewhere foreign, and TMZ zooms in on their 4K cameras and see Antoine Fuqua and Nicole Murphy kissing. We're not talking about an innocent kiss on the cheek. a hug, a French air kiss, right? We're somewhere Europe, maybe super European, south of France. I don't know. Maybe Europeans air kiss cheek to cheek. It looked like they was about to suck on down.
Yeah. And he was shirtless. He had a shirt
and
off.
He ain't had no shirt on. He had baby oil on. Both was looking great. Both was looking like black excellence with the baby oil. I don't know who applied their baby oil, but skin was glistening. No complaints. And this happened. Of course, TMZ said, "Look at this cheating Negro." And then first comment we hear is from who? Nicole Murphy. What did Nicole Murphy say?
She said something like it was a mistake. Or
nope, we didn't even get to fucking mistake.
Uh-oh.
She said, "Oh, TMZ, you misunderstood. Antoine and I was simply reading the Bible, and we're family friends, and just exchanging a kiss." Bitch, a lie. Who friends? Kissing open mouth. Later on, she then came back and apologized, things of that nature, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward. I think it done went quiet, so I'm sure they all handling this behind the scenes. I'm sure they just super, super embarrassed. What I want to talk about, not them.
Oh, and he had a towel on? Where he was?
And he got the towel don't look like I don't got nothing under it. Or something very thin.
He got on bikini draws.
Why I pause? I'm looking at the picture. What I'm disappointed, I found whatever Antoine, Leela, Nicole.
Antoine and I are just family friends. She said I ran into him in Italy.
You traveled on Delta One, first class.
We exchanged a friendly hello.
Scroll the picture down. A friendly ass no.
They both holding little
coffee.
cups of coffee.
So they look like they done came out the suite together. Oh my God, this is so many lies. Don't be no fools. Fine, but you know what? People business is their business. Honestly, we don't know if Antoine and Leela got an open relationship. Maybe just how they rock. Antoine, Leela, Nicole business, honestly. And I thought it was just gonna be one of those. You know how the aunties react. Ooh. I thought it was just gonna be a couple like, "Ooh, girl, Leela, get your man." Right, and we just gone on to the next news story. And that's where it should have ended, right?
Is she holding on to that towel?
I don't know what she holding on to. But that's where the story should have ended, right? This is between Antoine, Nicole, and Leela. Yeah. Again, they might already have something together, but again, us outsiders looking in, all we should have got was a what? Ooh, girl, you better get your man. Get your man, Nicole. What's happening here? But instead of just doing the auntie, ooh, you niggas and you bitches, excuse me for my language, then come out with these, what we not calling them think pieces, these unthought people, just dumb ignorant pieces.
What's the opposite
these
of
iPhone? What is just the opposite of not thinking? Ignorant. These pieces talking about, well, it made sense why Antoine was cheating because look at Layla because she done put on a little bit of weight.
Well, black men don't cheat.
Shout out Charlamagne the God. You all need to have a town hall. What in the world? Where is that coming from? It's so many levels to that just disturbed me that it pissed me off. So are you telling me if you fat, so self-worth and fat and body weight is tied together, Leela and this man, again, I don't know if they have an open marriage or not. If they have an open marriage, honestly, none of this is business as usual. It's nothing new. This is what they have their agreement. They move in the space how they want to move. But none of that was talked about. They kept going back to almost saying like Leela deserved to be cheated on, or as women, that if we gain weight or we don't look the same as if we did when we were married, that we're not worthy of monogamy. Is that what the fuck you niggas is saying? Oh, they don't got Nyambi. They don't know about Nyambis. And I done had conversations with friends. They was like, well, Nyambi, you don't understand where I'm coming from. You don't see where I'm coming from. I said, I don't see where you coming from, where you been, or where you going. Because the shit you saying does not make no sense. The stuff you saying is holding up patriarchy and sexism and all the other stuff and fat shaming. First of all, I don't know these people personally, but I did do a Google search and looked like Fuquan ass got a whole house full of kids. So it looked like he been cheating on Leela, or they got this open relationship since Waiting to Exhale days. So it looked like don't matter what size Leela was, 0 to whatever sis may be at now, looks like he still couldn't keep his dick he's got community penis. Right? He's got community dick. So he hasn't kept it. So that has nothing to do with if a nigga's going to cheat. And I know I'm talking about him. A female too. If a woman's going to cheat, she's going to cheat. If a man's going to cheat, she's going to cheat. And a lot of time, 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with the other person. If you're cheating on your partner, it has everything to do with you. Mm-hmm. And that's the stuff I want to unpack. And for the people who are like, well, what you supposed to do when your partner not keeping up? You go to them. You have fucking relational courage and communicative courage and say, hey, you ain't doing it for me like you used to do no more. Can we discuss it? Are we willing to compromise? Then as a couple, you can either say, or as the other person, you can either say, well, baby, yeah, let me try to see what I can do. I do want to do this, or I'm going through this, how we can navigate it. This the compromise. Or if you say, no, nigga, I like bonbons. I ain't slowing down on Popeyes and I don't like moving. That person then has the decision to say, well, I'll get the papers drawn the fuck up. That's how you handle it like a grown up, not go running off on a Carnival cruise and then going on a balcony and kissing and then deny it.
Ooh, they got good ones too.
And then multiple kisses. And then y'all unthought piece is going to come and talk about, well, if that's why you got to keep yourself up. You can be beautiful. You can be skinny. You can be fat. You can be beautiful. You can be a booger wugger. Purple, green, straight, trans, bi, Muslim. Give me another category. Poor, rich, atheist. If a nigga's going to cheat, they're going to cheat. So stop tying all this to it. Don't do it. Don't take up for this nigga. Again, I'm not in that relationship. How Leela gonna handle it? How Leela gonna handle it? Mm-hmm. But I don't need folks talking about because big bitches don't deserve monogamy. So that's what you're telling me.
What?
That's how I reinterpret these pieces. Big bitches don't deserve monogamy.
Why not?
Ask Antoine. And we acting like men be aging like wine. Some of y'all be like evaporated milk. Come on. It just upsetted me so much that we tied it to that and we went to that. Like, you really think, and you made a grace-based confident does not include weight gain. That don't include weight gain. Cancer, but not weight gain. Lost a job, depression, but not weight. What?
Not a little gain of weight.
If you can't be with someone because they gain weight, don't marry them. If that is something, if that honestly, if that's one of your non-negotiables, don't get married.
No,
just stay in a relationship. Just stay in a relationship so you can just cut the lease when
they get.
So in June, when the lease up, you can just leave.
When they get some of that old people weight on them.
Just when they get to what the folks think aging do, and I'm not even talking about when you get older, you get bigger, but when you gonna look different. So what you gonna do then? I just didn't appreciate it. And they tied her size to the ability for him to cheat or not to cheat. That is an easy escape route. And for you niggas who believe it, your parents did a number on you. And I'm sorry they didn't hug you enough. Niram, give me the opposite side. Do you believe or do you not believe? Tell the truth.
No, I don't believe
you don't got to tell the truth. Give me the other side of this. Argue me down.
Let me see. Well, look at her, like, you know.
Okay, I'm looking.
I see her, my dick don't even get hard, so it's like just flaccid.
Have you tried Viagra?
She don't turn me, but when I see other women, they make my dick hard. So like, it's her and her weight.
Okay, so do you love her?
Yeah, I love her, but I'm just, you know.
Do you love?
I don't think I'm in love with her anymore to like get my dick hard to have sex with her no more.
Have you told her that? Come on.
What?
I need to be a therapist.
No,
I need to be in couple therapy.
Like, look, when she look in the mirror, she can't tell herself. I ain't got to tell her that.
So are you saying there's again association between weight and self-love and worth?
Well, yeah.
And once they have that conversation, then as a couple they need to move forward and see the next move. But I think all that was missed. Mm-hmm. Or why is that unspoken in our community? That if that's tied, is a condition for love. I don't know who raised y'all to think weight is a condition for love.
No, most of y'all niggas had Big Mama.
Big Mama.
Holding y'all down, making these greens for y'all.
Eating ham hocks as a meat, as a side. They know how to eat it as a whole side. They're like, a ham hock is considered one of the meats? But that was just a seasoning. Mm-mm. You just, or a neck. Actually, I eat a neck bone.
Yeah, you would.
But or maybe I was just triggered by just the overarching theory. Yo, shout out. Next week I have an update for you. I actually got a personal trainer of how weight is tied to self-worth. Like the number on a scale is tied to self-worth. But you know what I'm unpacking now?
What?
How weight and health, I think, is tied to self-worth. A statement I used to say is like, yeah, I was a bigger girl, but I've always been so healthy. Well, fuck, if I was a bigger girl and unhealthy, what the fuck does that mean? Right. I'm still worthy. Mm-hmm. And I'm just really trying to just unpack all this shit that was done. I'm just trying to unpack all this institutionalized.
It's a lie.
Racism and fat shaming and sexism. Just unpack the shit that we said.
Come on to the dark side. Yeah.
What do you mean?
You gonna be with that body positivity train like Nirms?
I do like body positivity. I don't like the white women who stand for it. But I am for body positivity and really unpacking what it means.
I'm about to get you to get a nude photo shoot like me.
No. Not for free.
What about body paint?
For free?
Can I get Trina to body paint you?
No. I'm always trying to get somebody naked.
What? I think
but it's something. Maybe we need to have an episode on that and just unpacking what do we tie to and connect to self-worth instead of just saying you and you alone. Perceived flaws and all is good enough. So you at your worst, air quote, and you at your best, air quote, is the same worthiness.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it should be.
Period. At your worst and at your best, your worthiness has never shifted. From the day you took your first breath to the day you take your last breath, your worthiness has never changed.
But, it's everything else. I go back to capitalism and white supremacy. It is. Because, that's how they sell shit. That's how they, the weight loss industry is $1 billion industry because they're constantly telling people you're not worthy because you're fat. Yeah. Or you're not worthy because you're overweight. You're not worthy because of this, right? You're not worthy because you got a big nigga nose. Yeah. You're not worthy because you're dark skinned. You gay. You just straight, cute for a dark skinned girl. You're not worthy because you got 4C hair. Yeah. Like this is how marketing works. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, in this day and age, we're just being hit with it so much more than when we were. It's accessibility. When it was just TV. Yeah. It's constant. Yeah. When you look at Instagram, there's ads every other photo as you scroll. Right.
I just think about even the next generation. How are we helping groom these babies? Mm-hmm. Y'all with kids, y'all have to tell y'all kids that they're worthy every day. Yeah. In multiple ways, in multiple fashions. It almost roots back to how I say, if I have a kid, I'm going to have to surround it with it, or he, she, whatever, with a community of support. And why I'm so adamant about bringing brown faces around too. Because, we getting into generations that know nothing but social media and the interaction of it. Yeah. And what does that even mean and look like? Their brains have to be completely wired
differently.
I know we get really nerdy stuff now.
No, but it does because I had an interview and it's well, how do you deal with trolls trying to troll you when you take a picture of yourself shirtless? And it's so I'm gonna worry about somebody I've never seen in my life.
It doesn't hit as hard
and probably would never meet in my life. And then if I do see them, they're not gonna say it to my face.
Yeah, our generation we're older millennials. Yeah. We don't like trolls. After we clap back, we'll gladly go drink a glass of wine a little bit. But the younger babies or the folks I don't know what the generations call after us.
Generation Z or something like that.
Them trolls hit different for them. And I've seen it manifest in very toxic ways where it's affecting not only their self-worth, but self-esteem, depression. It's dangerous in these streets.
It is. So you got that, you got the trolls, and now you still got the marketing tell you ain't worthy because they want to sell you some cream or some pills or perm or whatever, right?
Yeah. It again, going back, I'm trying to circle back to the Fuqua. It wasn't Fuqua, Nicole. None of them, they ain't do nothing. Whatever gonna happen, niggas gonna nigga. Whites gonna whites, cheats gonna cheat, hoes gonna hoe. Right? Mm-hmm. What I did not like was the peanut gallery drawing the conclusion that this happened because Layla has a bigger body. Yeah. And therefore, if you have bigger bodies, you're not entitled to love, monogamy.
Right, be loved.
Respect. That's what I had a problem with. Period. Now, whatever whatever the issues, him and Layla going back, fine. And honestly, I'll take it further. You can have that preference in your relationship. I just think you have to have the relational and communicative courage to tell your partner that and be willing to move on it. Mm-hmm. That's all. I think it's okay with you saying this is what I want. This is the lifestyle I want to live, and by you, that's fine. But you're being upfront with that person and setting your expectations and boundaries. But them thunk pieces, you niggas. Get out of here. We gonna have to. What did I go too deep? Naren, did that surprise you of me? But that's my own stuff. The stuff I'm working on is honestly not only weight, but like healthy. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't do that, but I am healthy. That don't matter. If I had all the illnesses in the world, type 2 diabetes, it doesn't matter. I'm still worthy. Yeah. I'm still worthy of love. I'm still worthy to be here. What is Color Purple? I may be ugly, black, and something else, but I'm still here. Mm-hmm. Come on, shout out to the Color Purple, Alice Walker Seeley. It's good to be back, y'all.
It's good to be back. So on that note, to submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave us a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to that website. We got that SoundCloud. We got that voicemail, and that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember,
love is ever evolving.
Peace.